I did some research, and I'm pretty sure I found the correct hub adapter for pretty much every single Lexus and some Toyotas that ever came from Toyota. So, the first time I ever did this, I used one that was for, I believe that is the SRK 121H. Not quite sure though, but it's more or less for Corolla. But if I'm correct, this should be the correct hub adapter, which is for an SRK 124H, which should also allow to reuse the OEM clock spring. So, first thing is to actually get this one off. The hub adapter I used the first time around was apparently a 120H, and the way I had to get it installed was to remove the clock spring. So next up, I am going to be trying to reinstall the clock spring, which means that I should be able to get my horn and stuff reinstalled. A part of this was I tried to figure out a fix with the 120 by using, I forget if this was from an Accord, but pretty much it would rest against the copper back of this, and then it would send the signal, and then yeah, so I tried to bridge it with this main connector, which connects to the back of the clock spring, but yeah, not gonna be doing that right now, and gonna have to remove these real quick. So alright, main reason why I'm skipping over so much of this is because I think I've made a video about this before, well, where I showed, like, there's a bolt under here and then the two screws. I guess by bolt, I mean the exact same screws, so flathead. But now it's going to be installing the clock spring. So on the back of the clock spring, you have these two inputs, and obviously the first one with the yellow tab is going to be for the airbags. So instead of doing it the way I have been doing it, I'm just gonna go and swap the resistor to this side. I mean, theoretically, I could get away with not having it plugged into there, but it doesn't matter at this point. So, gonna get the plugs installed. Pretty easy. This thing would focus, but yeah, that one goes there, that one goes there, and flip the tab over, and then 4 bolts to get it reinstalled. Don't think I actually showed the hub yet, but it's the SRK 124H, and it looks like this, which seems it would fit up there. But something of note, so that the brown ring, that is so that way the turn signal can disengage whenever you're turning, and the clock spring lines up with it, and it seems from there, and it would be aligning like that. So it looks like it should be the correct hub adapter, but I'll see after I get the bolts installed. Alright, so now I got all the screws screwed in, and then next is just going to be reinstalling this bottom part, so that way then it'll sit flush like that, which is how it's supposed to be from the factory. So now with pretty much everything reinstalled, all that's left is just going to be to actually mount the new hub adapter. So it's kind of a tight squeeze, but if you just mess with it enough, the airbag sensor will go through it. Theoretically, you can cut it off. Cut off the harness for this. Wait, I'm doing it the wrong way. I gotta do it from sideways. Yeah, basically you put this through. I'll get back once I get this. Alright, now with that, let's go ahead and line everything up. Or at least it's kind of more interesting to do it this way, since you can't really see where you're lining it up. But this should be pretty much lined up. Let's see here. Yeah, that seems like it accepted it. I guess my main thing is I want this to line up with the clicker behind the hub, so that way then I can have that back. So whenever I turn the wheel, it'll disengage the turn signal. But yeah, I'm gonna check this over a bit more, but this is pretty much it. I mean, it seems like it goes on pretty much properly. So yeah, once I get the bolt, well, this is in general. Once you get the bolt tightened, it'll snug itself against the steering shaft, and yeah. I should also mention that the hub adapter, it comes with everything that you could need to get the horn working, and also to cancel out the airbag light. And it should be universal, since this clock spring is also found in bare minimum the es300, but it may also come in the gs300, gs400, and maybe even the ls, maybe the sc2. This clock spring and also the steering shaft, it seems like they were reused between multiple models, since a lot of the wheels are interchangeable steering wheels. So I'm gonna figure out how it's supposed to wire up for the horn. But yeah, pretty much now is just gonna be putting the airbag light restrictor on this, so that way it doesn't have an airbag light, and figure out how to get the wires done on this. So I took off the hub adapter just because would be way more difficult to figure that out with this on. So I'll figure that out after. Alright, so figured I'd show this. Besides electrical taping the resistor to the airbag, the way this the way the horn button actually hooks up is that there, if I could actually, there, it's extremely bright. Yeah, so very faint to see, but it's actually a clip. So in order to actually install it, you're gonna have to slide the clip, which you're gonna have to slide it over the very back one back there. So clip looks like this. Then if you go ahead and slide over the very back pin, yeah, that should pretty much be it. So I re-reviewed the wheel, and the very back pin was the one that grounded to the original grounding point for the horn, so should be back pin, but I'll clarify once I get everything else reinstalled. Now that I got pretty much everything done, the one thing I would recommend is to leave your steering shaft bolt loose, but not too loose, like snug it. So that way if you have to remove the hub adapter to adjust it or anything, like real quick, you can go ahead and do that without too much issue. You just have to screw on the wheel. But yeah, now if this is correct, the horn should go off. apparently it also puts on the cruise control button. You know what? That's exactly what I was talking about, though. This is why you leave it loose. So, wait, if that happens, then... You know what? It's a win. So, yeah. The SRK-124H is the correct adapter. Just... I guess don't have the pin ground onto the other pin. I'll deal with that. Probably just a little bit of electrical tape, but... Yeah. Alright. Horn's working. Oh, also... Since I have a unique button, if it looks like this, that's the correct way. I also spliced that one in afterwards. If you want to figure out how to do that, just look up any other NRG wiring, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, did pretty much everything I had to do, but figure I'd show. So, electrical tape the back, so that way the plug, instead of sliding over to connect to there, now it's just electrical tape, so that way it's only secured to there. So, tape that, and then turn signal. So now that works too. So yeah, definitely SRK-124H correct hub.